Coach Robbie Falk with On 3 and the Starkville Daily News. I know you guys have been hitting the ground running, and Coach said not much sleep for you, but you still got a smile on your face, seem to be enjoying it. What's the last few months been like for you?
Just like you shared, get up in the morning, get ready to work, try to make the most of each day, and start with recruiting. Obviously, when the players got here on campus, then it was some player development stuff, but just trying to build a roster in the summer. Obviously, improve our skill acquisition here in the fall before we start today, and just enjoy one day at a time and make the most of the day.
Steve Robertson with JeansPage.com, 247 Sports. You've spent the bulk of your career with Coach O'Connor. Why has that been the right decision for you?
I think we have a lot of the same ideas. He's a great man to work for, loyal, allows you to do your work. He's invested in us as people as well as our families, and it's just been a magic ride for me it's going on 22 years, I believe.
Sam Snar with the Clarion Ledger. See your title here as associate head coach, but what are some of the duties or things that you'll be in charge of as an assistant coach here on staff?
I will be in charge of our offense, hitters, work with the infielders, overall player development, ideas for outfielders. Coach Kirby does the catchers and the outfielders, but we're all intertwined in what we do. But my responsibility will be to run the offense and coach the hitters and infielders on a daily basis.
Colin?
Coach, Colin Dance from the Commercial Dispatch. Last time, I think in May, Coach O'Connor told us that he had a meeting with every player who was returning and had eligibility left just to get to know them, the week that he arrived. When did that process begin for you and Matt, trying to get to know the team?
I was in those meetings when they got back from the regional from Tallahassee, and it was very, very enlightening to be in those meetings and how the players felt about their time here and the university and the fan base. And it was an exciting 48 hours of no sleep and a lot of meetings, but it enlightened us to understand what passion people have for the program and what we're getting into, so to speak.
Steve?
Coach, you inherited several hitters from last year's team. It's a pretty solid nucleus there. What's been your impression of the talent you inherited?
Yeah, I think baseball players is the first thing that comes to my mind. Guys that are able to do multiple things offensively, whether it be steal a base, move a runner, hit a ball at the ballpark. So very diverse group. Excited to obviously try to enhance their toolkit, so to speak. And some had some hammers, some had some drivers. We're going to hopefully get a couple screwdrivers in there and a couple more hammers. But I think we're trying to build their toolbox for them and maintain what they have.
Doug?
Coach, Doug Kyle from College Baseball Central. If you'll permit me, I'm going to recycle a question that I asked Coach Oak back in June, but I'm asking your viewpoint. When you got here, what did you find that you had expected, and what did you find that maybe was a pleasant surprise for you?
Well, the pleasant surprise was, when Coach shared with us that this is potentially going to happen. The first thing you do, you go online, you look at everything and say, okay, how can we sell this to prospective student athletes, right? And I was blown away on the video stuff of just looking at the facility, learning about the fan base and the passion. We played Mississippi State, I think 2 or 3 different times in our last place we were at, and it was always either at home or in Omaha. It was never here, so you didn't really have a feel for this. And then the night we flew in here, when Coach decided to come to Mississippi State, I was blown away of it live compared to what I saw in the video, and said, wow, this is a special place. I felt like I was the Disney World of college baseball. I was really blown away and excited about going out and recruiting guys that can come to a place like this and make a difference.
Robbie?
Since y'all got on that plane, you were straight to work on building this roster, and you guys, like Steve said, are returning a lot of really good players, but you brought in some good players. You got some high school recruits that came in here. It's a really interesting roster. What's kind of take me through how y'all structured this thing out and your thoughts on the roster as a whole.
Yeah, I think Coach O'Connor, Matt Kirby, Mike Roberts, all of our personnel, everybody went to work right away. We had some guys on pitchers, we had some guys on position players, and just tried to find the best fit. You know, we made a ton of telephone calls. We had a bunch of guys here on a visit. We tried to settle within the people that wanted us and vice versa that we wanted them. It's always better when it's mutual, because when they get here, they're sold on this is the right spot for them, and that's going to be our approach moving forward. You know, I think you have to do bits and pieces in different spaces. You got to do some high school kids. You got to do some transfer kids. You got to do some transfer portal kids. So I think the roster is, you know, as good as we know it can be. I don't know what the rest of the league is. I just worry about what we're doing here, and then if that's good enough, then we'll keep putting our foot on the gas and going forward. And every day, that's our goal, is to get a little bit better, challenge them to be the best version of themselves, and we've done that since, you know, the minute school started, and it's been very well received, and you can see guys making progress.
David Murray, 24/7. Now that the competition part of fall ball begins, how do you balance the technical aspects of teaching the hitting and then the competition aspect of it there?
Well, the competition is the test, is if your preparation is good enough, right? You know, the game is the test. So we've done some live at bat stuff, and I felt pretty good last week that our guys were in a good place. Obviously, the games are the test to say, okay, we got to go back and work on this. We're doing a good job of this, and just self-assess every time we have an opportunity to compete, and go back and redo our preparation to make it more doable against any kind of competition.
And related to that, if you're looking for one thing in a college hitter, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for contact in any count, in any situation. If the ball is in play, you got a better shot.